Morning, guys. It's a little bit later than normal, but it's Friday morning. Up and at 'em, out here doing it. And I tell you what, I'm not 100%, but at least I'm a lot better than what I was. It was a rough one over the Christmas, boy oh boy. But anyway, here I am, up and at 'em. Got myself out. I ain't seen the outside world like this properly. I've sat outside the house, but I haven't actually been outside and gone for a bit of a walk since before Christmas, my last vlog that I put out there. So it's really nice to get up to my area up here by the fountain. It's nice to be outside, getting some. Let me move this camera around. Getting some sun. So I'm up here having a walk, and I hope everybody had a decent holiday season. We're actually going to have a Christmas day today, because apart from my two girls, my wife and I have still got to exchange gifts, still under the tree. So we're going to enjoy it. And it's funny how those things that shift away from the norm, you know, everybody celebrates Christmas on Christmas Day, and we forget that it's a day, right? A celebration could be done any time, but we get so hooked up on that, wanting to be the celebratory thing, whatever that is, all around at the same time. And you believe you're missing something. I know I did. I thought, oh no, I'm missing something, but am I? But anyway, hope everybody's good. And it's good to be back out here. It's nice round here. I don't ever walk on the other side too much, and it's kind of nice. I've got to be careful of the old gators because there's water back there. But anyway, I wanted to talk about change, and it kind of piggybacks off my podcast that I put down last night. Go and check it out, guys. Getting Real, Gettin, not ING. Getting Real with Cockney Buddha. Go and check that out. It's across all the platforms, podcast, and it's kind of, well, it's not kind of, it is. It's geared around where I'm heading, where I'm going, and telling you guys, hopefully it'll connect with somebody, of that change and what to do and what you have to do to change. And I do say have to, which is not something of course everything is a choice, yeah? So let me say it this way. It's better for you to choose a direction of growth than to choose sitting and doing nothing, whatever that may be. I didn't particularly want to get my trainers on and come out here walking, to tell you the truth, because I'm still feeling a bit lightheaded, and I'm still on the antibiotics, which I can't stand taking antibiotics. But I knew that getting out here, let me stand over here in the shade a little bit. I knew that getting out here was going to help with the healing process of it all. So, you know, those times when you're comfortable and you're like, no, I'm comfortable doing this, I'm going to stay right where I'm at. That's fine, that's great, if you're comfortable without the growth. Because to grow, guys, to expand yourself, to move forward, takes stepping into those uncomfortable situations and learning about yourself and what you can and can do, not can't do. I nearly said can't do, but what you can do, and not being stuck up on the can't. And it takes commitment. It takes looking at yourself and asking yourself, what is it that you want? Where is it that you want to go? What plans do you have? What goals do you want to set? But first you've got to get in touch with where you're at right now. So where you're at right now, how do you expand from that? What processes have to be put in place, or are you going to choose to put in place to move forward in growth? And that can mean getting yourself into therapy, getting yourself into groups, talking, working towards a better self, stepping into unknowns, and moving into those fears. Because the unknown holds a lot of fear, and there's a reason for that. You don't know. So the brain tries to figure out what it thinks it's going to know. But if you don't step into those unknowns, if you don't step through that fear, guys, if you don't start working towards, working towards that growth, then you just stay where you are. You don't move. And people sit there in that position for their lifetime. People are comfortable with that. There's nothing wrong with that. If they're comfortable in the process that they're in and they're happy with where they're at, that's fine. But if you want to grow, if you know that you want to expand, if you know that you want to be moving forward in life, then that takes those choices. It takes those choices of moving into those fears and moving into those unknowns, guys. Otherwise, you ain't going to move. And it is uncomfortable for a period of time. I was watching an interview yesterday. I mentioned it on my podcast, but I was watching an interview yesterday, and they were saying how Andrew Huberman, to go and look him up, brilliant guy, and he was saying that the brain starts to grow in certain areas when you're actually moving into those areas that you feel uncomfortable with. But once you actually become comfortable with it, the growth stops. So what does that tell you? You've got to keep on challenging, keep on moving, keep on doing that next thing and moving forward, guys. So moving into this following year, ask yourself and be honest with yourself. And don't avoid the question of, do I want to expand or do I want to stay where I'm at? If you want to expand, come join the community. Go and check out my podcast. Come and join the community. It's all about those that want to expand and move forward and build a community together and experience life. Because you don't experience life when you just sit where you're at. You experience life by going into those things that you may have some fear over, but it's something that you really want to do. Don't be stopped by that fear, guys. Don't be stopped by that fear. And listen, I'm human. We all have those setbacks. We all have those fears. There ain't anybody that I know on this planet that doesn't have those fears. The brain is the brain. The mind is going to work the way it's going to work. And it's there to protect you. So when there's those fears that's cropping up over those unknowns, you're not the only one that goes through that. But the ones that move forward and the ones that expand and grow are the ones that look for the solutions to the issues that they want to get to. So don't let yourself down, guys. Move forward. Do the right thing for you. And don't listen to others. Others are not going to like the expansions that you make, the growths that you make. There's going to be people that are going to be jealous. There's going to be people that wish they had done it themselves. And they look at you and they see you going forward and gaining, and they don't like that because of their own insecurities. Maybe they're believing that they're not good enough to do it. And they see you going and do it, and they get jealous with that. Don't worry about it. Don't listen to what they're telling you. Don't have them pull you back with criticism and then latching onto fears, because then you ain't growing again. And why? Because you don't want to upset somebody? Come on, guys. This is about self and moving forward. So going into this 2024, can't even believe I'm saying it, 2024, look for the expansion. Look for moving forward. Come join this community that I'm building, and let's move together and expand. Go and hit that subscribe for me. Get this message out. Pass this around. Hit a like. Go and look at my podcast, and let's grow together, guys. Stay the course. Namaste.